discussing the history and secrets of a member of the Garten of Ban cast.
This is nice. Oh. Hey. Okay now. Okay now. Okay. Hey. We got another music video? Let's go. Okay.
The ending of Garten of Ban 3 warns the player of
Find the sheriff. Do not let the jester find you.
To as the jester.
Yeah, the jester told you.
Not seen
I told you.
Physically in the game, a collectible journal named the Smudged Poster depicts
I seen that
figure never seen before in any of the games. Which, at the time, many correctly theorized is this jester that we are cautiously told not to let find us. This was the introduction to what would later become a major character in the franchise.
Wow, I didn't know that some of the papers you find in the game has hints.
Colors,
that's crazy.
And green,
why purple and green?
Which begs the question, is this always how Bittergiggle was intended
No,
to look like?
I don't think
the
so.
Answer is
Squad, welcome back to this channel. If you don't know who I am WineLights, and today you guys, we're actually going to be reacting to a interesting video, I shall say. Today's video is actually on the secrets of Bittergiggle from Garten of Ban, you guys. Honestly, I would like to know the secrets of Bittergiggle, because like 1 minute he's your friend, next minute he's trying to eat you like you're a snack. It is very traumatizing, very scary, but I'm here all for it. Definitely shout out to your four brothers for actually uploading this video. I'm gonna have a link to the video down below in the description area so you guys can click on it and watch it for yourselves. But for now, go to grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and sit back, relax, hopefully. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Should you be unfortunate enough to find yourself within the lower levels of Ban's kindergarten,
oh, it's
Ban.
Dang it, I'm always saying Ban.
Sight.
I want to say Ban.
An underground kingdom lit by the colorful hues of the giant mushrooms that populate the area.
I remember that area.
Ruling over this kingdom is a giant kangaroo queen.
Yes.
Protected and served by
she
a few
is
incredibly loyal residents.
But they are very loyal.
Among these residents is one that has gone through so many changes during development. And also, perhaps, one of Garten of Ban's most iconic characters.
Oh, I can't get used to saying Ban.
The name of that resident is Blitzercup.
Blitzercup.
At least that's what the game files may lead you to believe.
Yeah.
No.
What?
The name of this resident is Bittertitter.
Bittertitter?
Or at least that's what he was originally going to be
I was gonna say what?
before his name was changed for one last time to
the evolution.
Drum roll, please.
To Bittergiggle.
The Garten of Ban cast
and why so?
Their own detailed story and personality.
Wow.
That's what makes Garten of Ban
we're learning more about the origins
on the 4th episode
for the characters.
of the Ban Chronicles.
Yay!
Narrated by me, Ty Coker,
Alright.
the voice actor of the character that the episode revolves around.
Yep.
Bittergiggle.
I had a feeling, I'm like, he sounds familiar.
Each episode to discussing the history and secrets of a member of the Garten of Ban cast.
This is nice. Oh. Hey. Okay now. Okay now. Okay. Hey. We got another music video? Let's go. Okay.
The ending of Garten of Ban 3 warns the player of
Find the sheriff. Do not let the jester find you.
To as the jester.
Yeah, the jester told you.
Not seen
I told you.
Physically in the game, a collectible journal named the Smudged Poster depicts
I seen that
figure never seen before in any of the games. Which, at the time, many correctly theorized is this jester that we are cautiously told not to let find us. This was the introduction to what would later become a major character in the franchise.
Wow, I didn't know that some of the papers you find in the game has hints.
Colors, purple
that's crazy.
And green.
Why purple and green?
Begs the question, is this always how Bittergiggle was intended
No,
to look like?
I don't think so.
The answer is no!
I told you.
And there's a big story behind the process that led to the creation of Bittergiggle.
And what is that?
During the development of Garten of Banban 3,
Oh, I remember this part.
the
This was stressful.
brothers felt that it would be a cool idea to add a character with 2 heads, with each head having a personality of its own.
Yeah.
Quickly, they went to the drawing board, where many concepts would be created and discarded
Oh, they got different
until
colors.
the best one remained.
I remember the red and
This was
blue
done
one.
using the process
Those are
of
all the
elimination.
rejected
In the
jesters.
End, there remained 3 final potential concepts, which were a 4-legged creature with a cat head and a dog head.
Yeah,
A 4-legged
that's like cat
creature
dog.
with a turtle head and a chameleon head.
Oh.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
And a creature that didn't have 2 heads per se, but his
Split,
body
yeah.
split into
And
2
yeah,
different
2
contrasting sides.
Mm-hmm.
The 4-legged creature with a cat head and a dog head was the next to be eliminated.
Yep.
Permanently
Done.
banished to the dark
Rejected.
realm of scrapped Banban
Bruh.
concepts.
Don't worry, he's probably gonna get
As that
brought
result
back,
is left-
honestly.
This left one hard final decision to be made.
Like
Who
what?
gets the Banban hammer next?
Get Ban Ban.
The turtle.
Oh
and
my gosh,
chameleon,
not that.
Or the 2-sided freak that looks very much like a jester. If you've played the Garten of Banban games, you probably already know what the conclusion was.
Yeah.
The final decision was to add both. One as a boss fight in Garten of Banban 3, and one as
I
a
remember.
major aspect to the kingdom that the player would visit in Garten of Banban 4, where
Wow.
they would officially be a jester. And just like that,
It's so nice, like, seeing the gameplay and not having to play the game. Because, like, I always play the game, you guys. I played all of them. But, like, to watch it, it's very entertaining.
We don't talk about Sulfius. But even though the 2-sided jester as a concept was established, it still needed a remarkable color
pattern.
scheme.
Yeah.
And it wasn't originally the green and purple we
It
know
was red
Bittergiggle
and
for
blue, I
today.
thought, like,
Bittergiggle
based off
was
of
originally
animations,
going
right?
to be yellow on the smoother
Oh,
half
I seen
that's
that
now
too.
green,
Yeah, yellow and
light
blue.
blue on the scruffy half that's now purple. A color scheme that was recycled and applied to one of the experimental
Yeah,
jesters
I
in
knew I
Garten
seen
of
it.
Banban 4.
Yeah.
Speaking of the
See,
experimental
all of
jesters,
them.
they weren't originally called experimental jester.
No.
They were originally called the
What were they?
hybrids.
The
as
hybrids.
Can be seen on the file names of their voice lines.
Oh.
But this is far from the only Bittergiggle related content found in the game files that wasn't shared publicly. Did you know that as of Garten of Banban 0, Bittergiggle by far and large has the highest amount of unused voice lines, spanning from his debut in Garten of Banban 4 all the way to Garten of Banban 0?
Why
this
so?
is in part thanks to the great amount of unused laughs that never made it into the game.
You can put it in songs,
Take a listen
though.
to a few of them.
That can go into a song.
I remember back recording for Garten of Banban 4, I was workshopping the
Behind the
laugh,
scenes.
not 100% sure what the brothers wanted, so
Yeah.
I gave them a huge variety of tones to pick from. Surprisingly,
What?
they ended up going with the higher-pitched laughs that are closer to how I laugh naturally, so that's fun.
He's
In
like,
terms
oh, I
of
thought he was about to
actual
cough.
voice lines where words are spoken, Bittergiggle doesn't fall short either. In Garten of Banban 6, Bittergiggle has 2 unused voice lines. Take a listen.
Let's go! This is our only chance! Let's do this! I'll fix the levers down here. You cover me from up there!
Well, he said
In
something
Garten of
similar to
Banban
that,
7,
though.
during the rooftop chase sequence with the notified
Oh, that part was
Bittergiggle,
so traumatizing
he was
for
originally
me.
meant to intermittently scream random jokes that make absolutely no sense.
What?
Take a listen.
What did the sheep say? A car! What do you call
No.
a leaf?
A leaf?
That sneezes!
This had to be
Leaf
scrapped
blower.
because it would have been difficult to listen to Bittergiggle as you were running
You're
away
running.
from him.
Yeah,
so
it's
instead,
too much.
it was replaced entirely with crazed laughs. 2 of these crazed laughs also ended up being unused. Take a listen.
Well, it sounds similar to the one we have already.
And these are far from the only unused content related to Bittergiggle.
But I'm kind of
As
glad
with
that
most
they're
other
actually
characters, Bittergiggle too
posting
remains
all
part
the
of
audio
many
that
unused
hasn't been
scripts and
used.
sequences, once
You
again
know.
spanning from Garten of Banban 4 all the way to Garten of Banban 0. During the climax of Garten of Banban 4, the player witnesses Bittergiggle achieve his goal of making Queen Bouncilia laugh, but not before his massive pet Kittysaurus and a mutated little beak
Yeah.
engage in an intense fight.
Yep.
This all takes place within the Queen's
I remember
throne
that.
room. But what if I told you that this entire sequence was originally going to be very different from what it ended up being?
What?
Normally, the player gets trapped by Bittergiggle, escapes, and returns to the kingdom to find Sheriff Toadster has been knocked out, and that Bittergiggle and Kittysaurus have infiltrated the throne room. Yeah, and chaos ensues from there.
Oh.
In the original version of the script, the player would return to the kingdom after escaping Bittergiggle's entrapment to find the entire kingdom in shambles. Glancing upwards, the player would see Sheriff Toadster and Little Beak hiding on an elevated platform.
Why would they be hiding?
Warning the player that Bittergiggle and his army have made their way into the kingdom.
Oh.
This army that they mentioned would have consisted
The
of
others?
both Kittysaurus and Kamataki and Tamataki, instead of just Kittysaurus as it is in the final version. Bittergiggle, Kittysaurus, and Kamataki and Tamataki would then notice the player, the sheriff, and Little Beak, and Kamataki and Tamataki would shoot their projectiles at Little Beak, causing the poor bird to, once again, fall into the Givanium barrel.
Yeah, and then transform.
It would then emerge as the mutated Little Beak, and would engage in a similar fight with both Kamataki and Tamataki and Kittysaurus.
Wow.
The queen would then exit her throne room to check out the loud noise, only for Bittergiggle to climb on a higher platform,
and jump on her back,
and scream his joke into her ear.
Oh, not
causing
that.
her to laugh. You would then escape with Sheriff Toadster, leaving the chaos behind.
Sheriff Toadster gotta do better.
Had to be altered because it felt too messy.
Yeah,
Let us know in the
it was
comments
a lot
below
going
which
on.
version of the ending of Garten of Banban 4 you think was cooler. At a certain point in Garten of Banban 6, you are tasked with protecting Bittergiggle from the naughty ones from a high platform.
All these
as he tries
very
to
memories,
fix the office door
guys.
from a lower and darker part of the area. But what if I told you that this minigame was originally going to be completely different? The main thread of this sequence was originally not the naughty ones at all. Instead, it was a never-before-seen version of Sheriff Toadster. The nonified Sheriff Toadster.
Oh, the nonified.
From the safety of the upper, more lit area, you would control a light that would keep Bittergiggle safe as long as he stays within it as he navigated below.
Yeah.
Except the notified sheriff would eagerly wait for Bittergiggle to stray too far from the light and snatch him, and then snatch you. Before the mechanics of this minigame could be developed further, the Euphoric Brothers agreed that keeping the sheriff's fate unknown following the kidnapping of Banbaleena would make for a better narrative point. It would also take away much of the Naughty One's screen time, which needed to be established as a serious threat in the dark. And thus, the sequence was altered to what it is
very
today,
successful.
protecting Bittergiggle from hordes of giant leeches that despise the light. But what about scrapped sequences that are actually referenced in the game by Bittergiggle but are never shown?
What do you mean?
We have the first example of that in Garten of Banban 0, where while tied to his bed, Bittergiggle mentions strong earthquakes that broke something in the room.
That sounds like what?
Left me here tied to the bed, and with all these earthquakes, something broke. The tranquilizing gas is leaking.
This line was in reference to a series of events that were scrapped from Garten of Banban 0. While every now and then a strong earthquake would shake everything and everyone, with characters commenting on it after it happens. These earthquakes were supposed to serve as foreshadowing for Ramamba, which would have been the source behind these earthquakes. However, since Ramamba was already contained in a cell, it would have been a little hard to believe that they can cause earthquakes that strong from that cell. So ultimately, the earthquakes were scrapped altogether, leaving behind this little reference as an homage to what could have been. I'm actually recording this episode before Garten of Banban 0 dropped, so this is actually the first that I've learned that the earthquakes had to be cut. So that's exciting. But wait, bear with me while I feed this hungry snake.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I didn't like that part.
Stay tuned for the next episode of the Banban
And who is it going to be?
Where the secrets and history of another character will be revealed. Comment down below which character you want to learn more about next, and keep on banning.
Facts. Alright, you guys, this is going to be the end of my reaction to The Secrets of Bittergiggle. Honestly, this was really nice. Like, it was very refreshing. I didn't know that there was so much more to Garten of Banban. Like, yes, I played a lot of the games, but, like, if you've seen the gameplay, I don't really read the reports. I have more, context and more of the origins about the characters. So, I learned a lot about Bittergiggle today, you guys, and I hope you did too. But, yes, based off of what Ty said, or TY said, I think that the next one is gonna be Bombalina. I honestly hope it is her. That would be really cool. And I don't know if they already did one on her. I have to double check to see. Now that I know that there's a series for this, I'm going to be definitely looking forward to the next ones, and I'm going to be watching the ones that have already been uploaded. But yeah, this is going to be the end of my reaction to this video. If you love my personality, enjoy my reaction to this, make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video, guys. Like the like button. Also, comment down below and let me know, have you guys played all the Garten and Bonbon games, and have you played the Garten and Bonbon related games too? If you know, you know, you guys. I'm not going to say which ones, because like I have played some, but there's some more that I definitely do need to play. But yes, if you haven't done so, yes, subscribe to this channel too. What are you waiting for? Subscribe to WineLights Reacts for more reaction videos coming to the device near you. The link to the membership is down below in the description area, so make sure you click on it and become an official WineLights Squad member today. And with that, I hope to see you all in the next reaction video. Bye!